He's the man behind powerful movies like Lone Survivor, Deepwater Horizon, Friday Night Lights. But now, just in time for Veterans Day, producer and director Peter Berg has a brand new project.
You want to go to the fight and want to make a difference.
Your brothers are the most important thing, the guys on the left and right of you.
War is violence. Once you've experienced that, it's always there.
Everybody was there for one goal, to come home feeling like we had changed something.
The Warfighters, as it is called, brings personal stories from the front lines to the TV screen.
And Peter Berg, the executive producer of the Warfighters, and Mike Baumgarten, a former Army Ranger and producer on the docuseries, join us now. Good morning and happy Veterans Day.
Morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Peter, describe the show.
Well, the show is basically war stories told by the men who went through those operations and went through those battles. And it combines the stories, so the guys sit and tell their stories, and the telling of the stories is incredibly emotional. It's really interesting from a tactical standpoint. They kind of tell us what they were doing, and then what really makes it impressive is they tell us how they feel about it. When many cases they lost their brothers, they were injured, and they talk very intimately about what they went through. And
what was that like for you to talk so intimately about it?
You know, it's difficult but important. Specifically, you know, with the one story I'm involved with, you know, that really stems from the fact that my, good friend of mine, Rob Sanchez, who was a fire team leader in my platoon, lost his life on that mission. And really, the initial goal, or even agreeing to do this, given I really didn't want to be in entertainment at all, was to tell that story. So at least, I gave the other guys in the platoon a chance to speak. I gave his mother a chance
that's nice.
to speak, and just now people at least know who he was. And
where was that mission? If you briefly.
Yeah, I was in southern Afghanistan in 2009.
Here is a portion of the program with Mike talking about a mission.
For Objective Breton, we were looking at going into an area of Afghanistan called Panjwai. Panjwai was kind of uninhabited by the coalition troops at that time.
So we're sitting there planning, looking at graphics, looking at all those things, watching the targets, seeing what's happening. Can we identify weapons? Can we identify anything? Information is, it's as good as ammunition.
Peter, what you're doing is incredible because you're bringing the front lines and their war stories that we all need to hear. You're bringing into our living rooms, and it's so important. How did you get involved in all of this?
Well, kind of like when I worked on Friday Night Lights, we made a movie, and when the movie was over, I was like, I'm not done with Texas. I really love that community, and there's so many more stories to tell. And when I and some of the guys involved in Lone Survivor finished that movie, we'd gotten to meet so many guys like Mike, who were in special operations, who were just these really amazing guys. I don't want to over-flatter him, but he's an amazing guy. And there's a lot of guys like him, and I believe that these are some of the best and brightest that we have to offer, and their stories are remarkable. And we just felt like there were a lot more stories to tell, and thankfully these guys were willing not only to tell them, but to help make the show. One of the things that's really awesome about Warfighters is that there are over 90 veterans that actually made the show. And so these are guys going through the transition of getting out of the service and looking for the next chapter in their lives, and for them to come and not just say we want to make a show, but to actually walk that walk and do it. I just have so much respect for that, and I'm thrilled to just be kind of almost at this point a spectator watching these amazing guys.
I can tell you have a lot of admiration for what these guys do.
I love it. I mean, we're very fortunate to have these guys, and now that this election hopefully is going to quiet down, we can get back to the things that even, look, Trump and Clinton both agreed that veterans and that our military is obviously a critical component to war. And these are really remarkable people who deserve, and we are lucky to have them inspiring us with shows like Warfighters.
Everyone agrees with you on that. What does Veterans Day mean for you?
Great question, and I think even so I've been out for a few years. I'm still trying to figure that out. It's probably something I'll have to wrestle with for a long time to figure out what it means to me. Being thanked is still kind of an awkward process because I don't really know. I mean, I don't know what to say to it. I don't know what to say you're welcome or whatever. It's something to work through. The sentiment is always appreciated, but again, it's hard to explain, I suppose.
Well, a reminder, we're still at war right now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so tonight on the History Channel is the debut, and it's going to be kind of a marathon as well, right?
We have 4 episodes playing, and they're just, sometimes we come on shows selling things that we don't really love. Yeah. This is a very, very compelling show, and there are 4 really strong episodes.
4 back-to-back episodes starting at 8 o'clock on the History Channel.
Fantastic.
Thanks for being here.
Peter Berg, always a pleasure. Thank you. And
thank you very
Mike,
much.
thank you very much.
Mike.
Yeah, no, appreciate it.
Mike,
Thank you.
We do thank you for your service, and you can say you're welcome. We're so grateful.
We are all grateful.